Hello, I'm Ryan Tecker.
And I'm Eric Dukes. Welcome to SimYard Today, where we talk about what is going on in the online baseball simulation game, SimYard Today.
Today, Eric and I will be talking about the most intriguing matchups in all the league levels this year. Let's get started with Park, and the Berrig Cougars winning their first championship, defeating the Sun Hunters of Cal Park Limited in a straight sweep, 3-0. Eric, I know you're happy about this, but what are your thoughts for people who don't know?
I'm freaking ecstatic. About dang time they win it.
Alright, now we're heading to the subject of leagues. Which major league do you think had the most intriguing championship series?
I believe it was Global's championship. While I am not the biggest fan of the league, it still has some great owners. Not to mention it was one of the only leagues to have had a Game 7. Congrats to M. Blazer and his Akron Dragon Warriors for taking the title here.
And that was the Dragon Warriors' second title in Global. Alright, now what about AAA? There were some great matchups, but what did you choose?
In AAA, I'd have to say the Confederate League. It may arguably be the best AAA league in all of SimYard, and the race for the championship in the league was extremely competitive. The fact that it also had a Game 7 only adds to the intrigue. Congrats to VT Boo and his Richmond Raccoons for taking the title here.
And that was the Raccoons' second title in the Confederate League. Alright, now what about AA championships?
In AA, I'd say the Future Star League. The championship there boiled down to the wire, as the Game 7 was a 1-0 game. Congrats to Lurker and his Michelin men, in his last year in the league, for taking the title.
And for the Michelin men, that was their first and last championship in Future Star. Now, we head to higher leagues. Who do you think had the most intriguing championship?
For higher, I'd say ERYPL. A lot has happened to this still prestigious league, with a relatively new commissioner and the number of teams in the league dwindling, but the championship in ERYPL was nothing short of amazing, as the champ upset teams with 21, 34, and 17 wins above him, respectively. Congrats to Ziggy and his Wolseley West Breakout for winning the championship here.
And for the Breakout, it was their second title in the Eastern Really Young Players League. Now, what about lower leagues?
For lower, I'd say Fake ID, but mainly because I want to say the name of the champ on this show. Congrats to Luke and his pseudo-intellectual ass bags for winning.
For the Ass Bags, that was their second title in Fake ID. Last but not least, what about rookie leagues?
For rookie, I would go with Dwarf Nebula. The league seems to have gone under, and it's always nice to see a league go out with a good playoff run. Congrats to JK42271 and his Gulf Coast League Phillies for taking home the very last Dwarf Nebula title.
And for the Phillies, that was their first and last championship in Dwarf Nebula. And, to wrap things up, what are you most looking forward to for next season?
I want to see how once great leagues, such as Canadian Independent, United Affiliated Major, and New England Baseball can cope with their drastic loss of teams. Can they survive a few more seasons? One more thing to look for is the rise of fresh players. It looked like it was gonna be dead and gone, but then Eric rescued it by sending over most of the teams from hell, a now defunct league, to the Fresh Players League.
And with that, we thank you for watching SimYard Today, brought to you by Extra Normal, DishNet Kid 34, and SimYard. If you'd like to check out SimYard for yourself, please visit www.simyard.com. For Eric Dukes, I'm Ryan Tecker, reminding you to subscribe, comment, rate,
and make it a great day. Happy Halloween!